नमस्कार दोस्तों। स्वागत है आप सभी का मेरे इस न्यू वीडियो में और आपके अपने यूट्यूब चैनल मज़ेदार रीडिंग में। आज हम लोग करने आ रहे हैं चैप्टर नंबर 2 एनसीईआरटी क्लास 8th की रीडिंग पॉलिटिकल साइंस की, जिसका कि नाम है अंडरस्टैंडिंग सेकुलरिज्म। आपको पहले ही दो बात बता दूं दोस्तों कि मैं आपको चैप्टर के नोट्स नहीं लिखवाता हूं और ना ही आपको ये चैप्टर समझाता हूँ। मैं केवल आपके लिए इस चैप्टर की रीडिंग करके देता हूँ ताकि आपका जो कीमती टाइम है वो अगर आपको रीडिंग करने में दिक्कत आती है और आप अपने टाइम को रीडिंग के लिए नहीं देना चाहते, आप सिर्फ चैप्टर को याद करते हैं, क्वेश्चन आंसर वगैरह याद करते हैं, तो विदाउट रीडिंग, देखिए दोस्तों, विदाउट रीडिंग आपको दिक्कत हो जाएगी। इसीलिए मैं सोचता हूँ कि आपका रीडिंग भी हो जाए और आपको रीडिंग करनी भी ना पड़े, आपको ना पड़े, कोई दूसरा आपके बिहाफ पे कर दे तो मैं वही करने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ। मैं आपके लिए रीडिंग कर दे रहा हूँ ताकि आप बस रीडिंग को सुन लें और आपके सामने ये चैप्टर का पिक्चर, मतलब चैप्टर की पेजेस आती रहेंगी और उस पर मैं ऐसे ऐसे करके रीडिंग करता जाऊंगा दोस्तों। ठीक है, चलिए दोस्तों शुरू करते हैं। और पॉलिटिकल साइंस में ना एक बात मैं बता दूं दोस्तों कि पॉलिटिकल साइंस में आपको स्टोरी के माध्यम से सिखाया जाता है, एग्जाम्पल्स के माध्यम से सिखाया जाता है कि कंसेप्ट क्या है दोस्तों। ठीक है, तो कंसेप्ट शुरू करते हैं। तो कंसेप्ट आपको स्टोरी के माध्यम से सिखाया जाता है, इसलिए स्टोरी पढ़ना इसमें ज़रूरी होता है, जो कि ज़्यादातर बच्चे मिस कर देते हैं और फिर उन्हें समझ में नहीं आता है बाद में। तो चलिए यहाँ पे दोस्तों शुरुआत करते हैं। इमेजिन योर सेल्फ एज अ हिंदू और मुस्लिम लिविंग इन अ पार्ट of the United States of America where Christian fundamentalism is very powerful. Suppose that despite being a US citizen, no one is willing to rent their house to you. How would this make you feel? Would it not make you feel resentful? What if you decided to complain against this discrimination and were told to go back to India? Would this not make you feel angry? Your anger could take two forms. First, you might react by saying that Christians should get the same treatment in places where Hindus and Muslims are in a majority. This is a form of retaliation, or you might take the view that there should be justice for all. You may fight, stating that no one should be discriminated against on grounds of their religious practices and beliefs. This statement rests on the assumption that all forms of domination related to religion should end. This is the essence of secularism. In this chapter, you will read more about what this means in the Indian context. History provides us with many examples of discrimination, exclusion, and persecution on the grounds of religion. You may have read about how Jews were persecuted in Hitler's Germany and how several millions were killed. Now, however, the Jewish state of Israel treats its own Muslim and Christian minorities quite badly. In Saudi Arabia, non-Muslims are not allowed to build a temple, church, etc., and nor can they gather in a public place for prayers. In all of the above examples, members of one religious community either persecute or discriminate against members of other religious communities. These acts of discrimination take place more easily when one religion is given official recognition by the state at the expense of other religious religions. Clearly, no one would wish to discriminate against because of their religion, nor dominated by another religion. In India, can the state discriminate against citizens on the grounds of their religion? तो यहाँ पे क्वेश्चन दे रखा है दोस्तों, ये क्वेश्चन आप लोग जरूर पढ़ें। मतलब अगर क्वेश्चन आपका मन करे तो आंसर करें जरूर से। व्हाट इज सेकुलरिज्म? अगर आपका मन करे तो आंसर करें दोस्तों, क्योंकि क्वेश्चंस वगैरह मेन तो है एनसीईआरटी रीडिंग करना, और ये सब क्वेश्चन का चाहे तो आप आंसर दे सकते हैं, नहीं चाहे तो आंसर नहीं भी दे सकते हैं। और आप लोग पीछे के जो क्वेश्चन आंसर है उसको जरूर याद करें। व्हाट क्लास 8 के बच्चों को खासकर मैं बता रहा हूँ। व्हाट इज सेकुलरिज्म? इन द प्रीवियस चैप्टर यू रेड अबाउट how the Indian Constitution contains fundamental rights that protect us against state power as well as against the tyranny of the majority. The Indian Constitution allows individuals the freedom to live by their religious beliefs and practices as they interpret these. In keeping with this idea of religious freedom for all, India also adopted a strategy of separating the power of religion and the power of the state. Secularism refers to this separation of religion from the state. The three drawings in this chapter were done by students of your age. They were asked to draw on religious tolerance. तो ये देखिए दोस्तों, बना रखा है। Why is it so important to separate religion from the state? As discussed above, the most important aspect of secularism is its separation of religion from state power. This is important for a country to function democratically. Almost all countries of the world will have more than one religious group living in them. Within these religious groups, there will most likely be one group that is in a majority. If this majority religious group has access to state power, then it could quite easily use this power and financial resources to discriminate against and persecute persons of other religions. This tyranny of the majority could result in the discrimination, coercion, and at times even killing of the religious minorities. The majority could quite easily prevent minorities from practicing their religions. Any form of discrimination based on religion is in violation of the rights that a democratic society guarantees to each and every citizen irrespective of their religion. Therefore, the tyranny of the majority and the violation of fundamental rights that can result is one reason why it is important to separate the state and religion in democratic societies. Another reason that is important to separate religion from the state in democratic societies is because we also need to protect the freedom of individuals to exit from their religion, embrace another religion, or have the freedom to interpret religious teachings differently. To understand this point better, let us take the practice of untouchability. You might feel that you dislike this practice within Hinduism, therefore you want to try and reform it. However, if state power were in the hands of those Hindus who support untouchability, then do you think that you would have an easy task to try and change this? Even if you were part of the dominant religious group, you might face a lot of resistance from fellow members of your community. These members who have control of state power might say that there is only one interpretation of Hinduism and that you do not have the freedom to interpret this differently. ये आप लोग क्वेश्चन है डिस्कस करने के लिए क्लास में आप लोग डिस्कस करें कर सकते हैं अगर आपका मन करे तो. What is Indian secularism? The Indian Constitution mandates that Indian state be secular. According to the Constitution, only a secular state can realize its objectives to ensure the following: that one religious community does not dominate another, that some members do not dominate other members of the same religious community, that the state does not enforce any particular religion nor take away the religious freedom of individuals. The Indian state works in various ways to prevent the above domination. First, it uses a strategy of distancing itself from religion. The Indian state is not ruled by a religious group and nor does it support any one religion. In India, government spaces like law courts, police stations, government schools, and offices are not supposed to display or promote any one religion. यहाँ पे एक देर का स्टोरी दोस्तों पढ़ते हैं इसको. इन अ गवर्नमेंट स्कूल इन सीमापुर, students want to celebrate a religious festival. Sir, there is a big religious festival next month. We have never celebrated it in school. Can we do it this year? I am afraid that isn't possible, Rekha. This is a government school. We cannot give importance to any one religion. Private schools may do that. Government schools don't celebrate any religious festivals in the school premises. Most religious festivals are public holidays so that we can celebrate these at home. I never thought of it this way. I guess we can always celebrate it outside school. Anyway, we were planning to celebrate it in our locality. In the above storyboard, the celebration of the religious festival with the school would have been a violation of the government's policy of treating all religions equally. Government schools cannot promote any one religion either in their morning prayers or through religious celebrations. This rule does not apply to private schools. ये देखते हैं, ये सब क्वेश्चन है दोस्तों, आप लोग देख सकते हैं इसको चाहे तो. The second way in which Indian secularism works to prevent the above domination is through a strategy of non-interference. This means that in order to respect the sentiments of all religion and not interfere with religious practices, the state makes certain exceptions for particular religious communities. A group of friends who have recently bought scooters are meeting to go for a ride together. Hey, I hope you have a helmet. You know that the law in Delhi requires that you wear one. We aren't. Why aren't you wearing a helmet? Do you want to be fined? Don't worry, I will not be fined. Hey Paramjeet, why won't you be fined? For Sikhs, wearing a pagdi is a very important part of our religion. The government cannot force me to wear a helmet. In the above storyboard, Paramjeet, the Sikh youth, does not have to wear a helmet. This is because the Indian state recognizes that wearing a pagdi turban is central to a Sikh religious practice, and in order not to interfere with this, allows an exception in the law. The third way in which Indian secularism works to prevent the domination listed earlier is through a strategy of intervention. You read earlier in this chapter about untouchability. This is a good example where members of the same religion, upper caste Hindus, dominate other members, some lower castes within it. In order to prevent this religion based exclusion and discrimination of lower castes, the Indian constitution bans untouchability. In this instance, the state is intervening in religion in order to end a social practice that it believes discriminates and excludes, and that violates the fundamental rights of lower castes who are citizens of this country. Similarly, to ensure that laws relating to equal inheritance rights are respected, the state may have to intervene in the religion based personal laws of communities. The intervention of the state can also be in the form of support. The Indian constitution grants the right to religious communities to set up their own schools and colleges. It also gives them financial aid on a non preferential basis. In what way is Indian secularism different from that of other democratic countries? Some of the from other democratic countries from that of other democratic countries. Some of the objectives are similar to those that have been included in the constitutions of secular democratic countries in other parts of the world. For example, the First Amendment of the US Constitution prohibits the legislature from making laws respecting an establishment of religion or that prohibit the free exercise of religion. What is meant by the word establishment is that the legislature cannot declare any religion as the official religion, nor can they give preference to one religion. In the USA, the separation between state and religion means that neither the state nor religion can interfere in the affairs of one another. In the United States of America, most children in government schools have to begin their school day reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. This pledge includes the words under God. It was established more than 60 years ago that government school students are not required to recite the pledge if it conflicts with their religious beliefs. Despite this, there have been several legal challenges objecting to the phrase under God, saying that it violates the separation between church and the state that First Amendment and state that the First Amendment of the US Constitution guarantees. The above photo shows students taking the Pledge of Allegiance in a government school in the USA. In USA, there is one significant way in which Indian secularism differs from the dominant understanding of secularism as practiced in the United States of America. This is because unlike the strict separation between religion and the state in Indian secularism, the state can intervene in religious affairs. You have read about how Indian constitution intervened in Hindu religious practices in order to abolish untouchability. In Indian secularism, though the state is not strictly separate from religion, it does maintain a principled distance vis a vis religion. ये पता नहीं इसका मतलब क्या होता है भाई, देख लेना थोड़ा सा, इसका मतलब देख लेना आप लोग दोस्तों, ठीक है. This means that any interference in religion by the state has to be based on the ideals laid out in the constitution. These ideals serve as the standard through which we can judge whether the state is or is not believing whether the state is or is not behaving according to secular principles. The Indian state is secular and works in various ways to prevent religious domination. The Indian constitution guarantees fundamental rights that are based on these secular principles. However, this is not to say that there is no violation of these rights in Indian society. Indeed, it is precisely because such violations happen frequently that we need a constitutional mechanism to prevent them from happening. The knowledge that such rights exist makes us sensitive to their violations and enables us to take action when these violations take place. तो यहाँ पे ये सब देख सकते हैं दोस्तों, एक क्वेश्चन है, आप लोग अटेंड करें क्वेश्चन को अगर आप कमेंट करें तो। ये सब क्वेश्चन देखिए दोस्तों, इसमें ना कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट होते हैं कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं होते, तो जो इंपॉर्टेंट वाले होते हैं वो आप लोग कर लें एग्जाम परस्पेक्टिव से, और जो इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं होते उसको आप लोग छोड़ भी सकते हैं दोस्तों। जैसे कोई सर्वे करने बोल रहा है कि आप पड़ोस में पूछ के आइए कि यहाँ पे क्या होता है वहाँ पे क्या होता है, तो ये सब है आपके इन्क्विजिटिव माइंडसेट को डेवलप करने के लिए, लेकिन ठीक है एग्जाम पर्सपेक्टिव से जो इंपॉर्टेंट होता है मैं आपको वही बताता हूँ दोस्तों। चलिए, इन February 2004 फ्रांस पास्ड अ लॉ बैनिंग स्टूडेंट्स फ्रॉम wearing any conspicuous religious or political signs or symbols such as the Islamic headscarf, the Jewish skull cap, or large Christian crosses. This law has encountered a lot of resistance from immigrants who are mainly from the former French colonies of Algeria, Tunisia, and Morocco. In the 1960s, France had faced a shortage of workers and therefore had provided visas for these immigrants to come and work in the country. The daughters of these immigrants often wear headscarves while attending school. However, with the passing of this new law, they have been expelled from their school for wearing headscarves. ये दे रखा है इंस्टेंस। देखिए दोस्तों, इन्हीं क्वेश्चन में ना कभी कभी ऐसे भी क्वेश्चन कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट निकल जाते हैं जो कि एग्जाम में आ जाते हैं दोस्तों, तो आप लोग इन क्वेश्चन को एकदम से इग्नोर ना करें। और जो जैसे कुछ क्वेश्चन जैसे देखते हैं, कैन यू थिंक ऑफ रीसेंट इंसिडेंट फ्रॉम एनी पार्ट ऑफ इंडिया इन विच द सेक्युलर आइडियल्स ऑफ द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन वेर वायलेटेड एंड पर्सन्स वेर प्रोसिक्यूटेड एंड। तो यहाँ पे आपको बोल रहा है कि आप क्या सोच सकते हैं कोई ऐसा इंसिडेंट जहाँ पे कि ऐसा हुआ होगा वगैरह या फिर वैसा हुआ होगा। तो यहाँ पे ये क्वेश्चन देखिए उतना भी ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं है एग्जाम पर्सपेक्टिव से, ये क्वेश्चन इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं है एक तरीके से, इसके आने के बहुत कम चांसेस हैं। लेकिन जो क्वेश्चंस दोस्तों देखिए यहाँ पे रहते हैं, जैसे ये तो फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन उतना इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं है, विल द गवर्नमेंट इंटरवीन। तो यहाँ पे देख सकते हैं दोस्तों, फाइंड आउट सम एग्जांपल्स ऑफ डिफरेंट व्यूज विद इन द सेम रिलीजन। अच्छा, इंडियन स्टेट कीप्स। तो आपको ना दोस्तों इसमें ना क्या है कि आप लोग गाइड बुक वगैरह का जरूर यूज़ करें इसमें एक्सरसाइजेस के लिए, और एक बार ये पढ़ लें, एनसीईआरटी पढ़ लें, मतलब रीडिंग सुन लें, तो आपको बहुत ज़्यादा फायदा मिलेगा दोस्तों, ठीक है। तो चलिए ग्लॉसरी देख लेते हैं इसका। ग्लॉसरी भी बहुत ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है, ग्लॉसरी के भी वर्ड से कभी कभी पूछ देता है। कोर्शन, टू फोर्स समवन टू डू समथिंग। इन द कंटेक्स्ट ऑफ दिस चैप्टर इट रेफर्स टू द फोर्स यूज्ड बाय अ लीगल अथॉरिटी लाइक द स्टेट। फ्रीडम टू इंटरप्रेट, द इंडिपेंडेंस दैट ऑल पर्सन्स shall have to understand things in their own way. In the context of this chapter, it refers to a person's liberty to develop their own understanding and meaning of the religion they practice. Intervene. In the context of this chapter, it refers to the state's efforts to influence a particular matter in accordance with the principles of the Constitution. तो चलिए दोस्तों, इसी के साथ हमारा चैप्टर ये वाला चैप्टर हम लोगों ने कंप्लीट कर लिया है, और हम लोगों ने कितने 18 मिनट 49-50 सेकेंड्स, मतलब 19 मिनट 20 मिनट के अंदर हम लोग दोस्तों एक चैप्टर खत्म कर ले रहे हैं। तो सोचिए आपको कितना ज़्यादा फायदा हो सकता है भाई। सोचो, एक बार सोचो कि 20 मिनट के अंदर एक चैप्टर खत्म हो रहा है पॉलिटिकल साइंस का। हिस्ट्री का हो सकता है 30 मिनट 35 मिनट चल जाए, 40 मिनट चल जाए, लेकिन पॉलिटिकल साइंस और ज्योग्राफी ये सब का थोड़ा कम जाता है, 30 मिनट आसपास, 30 मिनट 40 मिनट के अंदर एक चैप्टर खत्म हो रहा है दोस्त। सोचो मतलब कितना आप आराम से, अगर हर दिन 2-2 घंटा देना शुरू कर दे तो कितना जल्दी चैप्टर कंप्लीट करते चले जाएंगे दोस्तों। तो ये आप लोग सोचिए, और मैं आशा करता हूँ कि मैं आपके प्रॉब्लम को, जो कि आप लोग आपके रीडिंग की प्रॉब्लम को सॉल्व कर पा रहा हूँ, कि आपका रीडिंग भी हो जा रहा है और आपको रीडिंग करना भी नहीं पड़ रहा है। तो बस इसी प्रकार से दोस्तों लगे रहें आप लोग। रीडिंग आप लोग यहाँ तक बने हुए हैं, मतलब आपको सच्ची में रीडिंग करना था चैप्टर, और आपने रीडिंग कर लिया है सक्सेसफुली। तो मेरे बेस्ट विशेज़ हमेशा आपके साथ रहते हैं दोस्तों। मेरे बेस्ट विशेज़ आर ऑलवेज विथ यू। माई बेस्ट विशेज आर ऑलवेज विथ यू। और आप लोगों को अगर पसंद आ रहा है तो आप लोग लाइक शेयर और सब्सक्राइब जरूर करें, और आप ये ज़रूर बताएं कि आपका समस्या का समाधान मैं कर पा रहा हूँ कि नहीं ठीक तरीके से। कुछ अगर आपका सुझाव है तो आप ज़रूर दें दोस्तों। चलिए तो मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट वीडियो में। थैंक यू एंड हैव अ नाइस डे।